Hello students, welcome to our new video lecture series that is on the subject that is electric, hybrid and fuel cell vehicles. Right now these vehicles are the demand of the time that is being required for our new era. Right, the fossil fuels will be exempted in some time, so there will be no petrol, no diesel in some times. Right, so there is a need for an alternate fuel source that can be used for the vehicle, and the solution can be electric, hybrid that we are already using, and the fuel cell technology, which also provides us the proper fuel consumption as well. Also the problem of the pollution, right? The pollution problem can be somewhat reduced by using these type of vehicles as well. So we will discuss the detailed components of these vehicles. We have till now seen the introduction of this vehicle, right? We have seen the layout. We know which components we use, but the details of those components we don't know yet. So in this subject we will discuss about all the detailed components that we are going to use in this vehicle and how the power is being transmitted in this type of vehicle that will be seen in this subject. So let's start this subject. Let's see one brief introduction about this subject, what we are going to face or what we are going to learn in this subject. Let's start with that. The first thing is the overview, which main things that we are going to learn in this subject. The first thing is that the credit of the subject will be full. Right, the subject credit for the sake of the GTU syllabus will be full. Almost all the subjects have the same credit from now on, that is 4 credit. The hours will be 3 for the theories, 2 for the tutorials. The total is the 4 credits. Right. The second thing is that we will see all the basics about the electric, hybrid and fuel cell vehicles in this subject. Also, we will be able to see about the details about the construction, working and all the components about the electric vehicles and HVs, which is hybrid electric vehicles. Also, we will see the detailed components as I already told you about EV and HVs, and at last we will learn about the green revolution that is being required for the sake of the vehicles as well, because according to our storage that we right now have, the petroleum, petrol, diesel, all the things will come to an end around 2037 or 2038. Also, we are seeing about the prices of petrol and diesel right now. The prices of the crude oil are at the topmost price. Almost it is around 100 rupees per liter. So the prices are also increasing. So there is a requirement for an alternate solution of this problem. Next thing is the first chapter will always be the introduction, right? As you all know, the introduction chapter will contain the history first about the electric, hybrid and fuel cell vehicle. You will not believe the electric vehicles come to the market even earlier than 1900 year, right? Even around 1890, right? But it came obsolete after some time. We will discuss that in the first chapter. The second thing is the electric drivetrain that we will see. Also we will see about the hybrid drivetrain, the components and the layout of the different drivetrains that we will be seeing in the drivetrains. And The third thing is the fuel cell drivetrain. Right, this fuel cell drivetrain will also be seen when the power is being transmitted, where the power is going from where to where, and all the components will be seen in the simple layout of the electric, hybrid and fuel cell vehicle drivetrain. The second thing that needs to be seen is the energy storage. Right, the energy that is being transmitted in the vehicle will have to be stored somehow, such as in the case of the petrol engines. The petrol was stored in the fuel tank, same as in the diesel engine, the diesel was stored in the tank. Right, so for the sake of the electrical vehicles, we will require batteries. Right, the batteries will store our electric energy in a chemical form, and whenever we run the vehicle, the chemical energy is converted to our electric energy, and then further that electric energy is converted into a mechanical energy which is being used to run our vehicle. So in the case of the energy storage, we will see the requirements that are for the energy storage in all the vehicles, electric, hybrid and fuel cell vehicles. Also we will see the hybridization that is being run in case of the energy storage devices. Right, in the case of the hybrid vehicles, there are always two energy storages, minimum two energy storage. Right, for example, petrol plus electric, petrol plus fuel cell. Right, whenever we are using the two energy sources, that is known as the hybrid vehicle. And that hybridization is done in a different manners nowadays. There are many options for the hybridization. Also, we will see about the batteries that are required for the storage of the electric source. Right, the different type of batteries that will be seen. The problem in the earlier time for the electrical vehicle was the range of the vehicle. The range of the vehicle was very short, so it was not a feasible solution for the vehicle, and we cannot go very further with our vehicle without charging our batteries. It was around 50 to 100 kilometers only. So that is very low. We cannot charge it, or we cannot go to a long distance with the help of electric vehicle. So there are different types of batteries that we can use right now. The battery packs are used, the number of batteries are used, not only one battery, because one battery we are already using in all the petrol diesel vehicle as well. The number of battery packs will be used in case of the electric vehicle. Also we will see about the introduction of the ultra capacitor and the high speed flywheels. These two are also an energy storage mediums as well, that we will see in the detail during the chapter as well. The next chapter will be electric propulsion. How the electric vehicle propels our vehicle, how the vehicle is being run. For that, the motor will be required, right? The AC, DC motor, whichever required, will be seen. The different types of motors will be discussed in that chapter. So we will see how the power is transmitted, right? Next thing is power electronics and the control strategies which are being used in the electric propulsion. Right, the different electronic components that will be required as well to control our power that is being generated. Right, to control the speed of the vehicle, to control the different criteria that is required to charge our batteries. Right, the batteries needs to be charged continuously as well. After some range, it has to be charged with an external source as well. Next thing is the configuration and the control of the motor drives. How the motor drives is being controlled, how that drives is being attached with our motors as well, that will be seen in that. And the sizing of the propulsion motor and the energy storage. Right? The sizing is very important because number of batteries will be used, so it will consume so much space in our vehicle. So that sizing has to be optimized and it has to be properly put on our vehicle. That will be discussed in that. Next chapter will be on the fuel cell technology. Right? We will briefly understand about the fuel cells, which are the sources of the fuel cell and how the fuel cell can be used. Fuel cell is the cell which generally gives us hydrogen as the output, and that hydrogen is used as the fuel in our vehicle. right? Such as an electrolysis process. That electrolysis process gives us an hydrogen from the water, right? So our source is a water, which means that we can run a vehicle from a water by doing a hydrogen extraction from H2O. We will see about the fuel cell characteristics that are required in the fuel cells, and we will see about the different types of fuel cells that can be used in the vehicles. We will see a model of the fuel cell, a simple model to understand how that can be used in a vehicle, and also we will see about the hydrogen storage systems, right? The main problem for the hydrogen vehicles are the storage of the hydrogen. So how to store that hydrogen and how to solve that problem, because if there is a slight leakage of the hydrogen, then it can create a bigger blast, right? So there cannot be petrol stations like hydrogen stations. Hydrogen stations will be a big hazardous construction site. So we have to provide a fuel cells, and that fuel cells, when supplies hydrogen, it should be stored in a very small amount, which will be able to run our vehicle for a smaller time. After that time, hydrogen production will be continuous and the vehicle will run continuously. Next thing is the EV auxiliaries. The auxiliaries that are required in the electric vehicle, for that the battery characteristics and the chargers which are required in the vehicle. Right? Without the chargers, we cannot charge the batteries. Such as whenever we go to the fuel station, we go to the filling of petrol. In that same case, in the electric vehicle, we will have to charge the vehicle to keep the vehicle in the running condition. The battery indication and the battery management will also be discussed in that chapter. The power steering units will be there. How the power steering will work in the electronic system, almost in normal vehicles as well. We are using the EPS as well, electronic power steering, the same way that can be used in the electric vehicles as well. We will also see the auxiliary power supplies such as in the electric vehicles, and we will also see about the regenerative braking system. Right? We have always heard this name. With the help of the braking heat, the regeneration is done, and that regeneration helps us to charge our batteries. It's as simple as that, which will be used in the electric vehicles as well. Now next is the communication, supporting and subsystems. Right, the communication and subsystems will be discussed in there. The vehicle networks, communication networks, CAN will be discussed in that. Energy management strategies will be discussed in this chapter. Also the comparison of the different energy management strategies will also be discussed in that chapter. So this was all about the syllabus of our chapter, that is EHFV, that is electric, hybrid and fuel cells vehicles. Right. So we will learn about this chapter in the coming lectures, and I hope you will enjoy this subject because it is a new subject for our automobile stream, and the subject that is being the demand for the time being right now. So the book that you can see on your screen is Electric and Hybrid Vehicles Design Fundamentals, and the important thing is the second edition. The author is Iqbal Hussain, right? It was published in around 2010. This book, the soft copy is book, can be found online very easily. This book will be helpful throughout your syllabus coverage as well. So you can download this book over the online as well. So from the next lecture, we will start our syllabus of the electric vehicles. Until then, thank you so much.